So we're gonna talk about the video, Bridget Legette's video. Um, when I met with Erin the other week to do her photos, we were talking about team growth and how to keep everybody motivated and to keep going. And one of the things that she recommended that we do like right away is to have all of my leaders, which are you guys, obviously, because you're the diamonds in the team, to watch that video, which I hope you guys have done and probably forgot some of it. So if you need to like skim through it again, like I probably need to, then do that. And take to heart what she said. Like if you watched it, you probably noticed that she goes through the steps, and none of it's brain surgery. Like I didn't feel like any of the steps that she talks about is anything new to any of us. I mean, we've heard a lot of this stuff over and over again, right? We hear share your story and be passionate and be a product of the product and be honest and all that stuff, but it's just a matter of following that process and reminding everybody else to do it. So what I want you guys to do, that I'm going to challenge you guys with, is, and some of you like Brittany, I know has had a hard time because she has a lot of mostly discount coaches. And I hate that. I'm trying to get away from using that word because Erin keeps telling me like there is no such thing as a discount coach, even though there is. But like you just never know, right? Like you never know who's gonna come up. So I just don't want us to keep using that word and like not give them at least the opportunity, I guess I should say. So if you're able to get them on a Zoom call like this, have them watch that video. Give them a week. So because it is about a 45-minute long video. So some of you are going to have coaches that watch it right away. Like I know Jamie Callahan has coaches that are going to watch it right away. Angela, like Allison, will watch it right away because she's like super motivated, right? So, and that's totally awesome. But some of you are going to have people that don't watch it right away, which is okay too. So what I would like you guys to do though is to share that video link with them, the 5 steps to lay the foundation for a 6-figure income, and set up a time to go through it with them as a Zoom call. So put that down. That's your first assignment, is I want you guys to do it with your own team. And the reason I want you guys to do this is because you have to start doing it for you too, because our team calls are great and it's time for us to get together. But for you to kind of connect with them because they know you better than they know me. So that's your first assignment, okay? The second thing, you guys know all the stuff that's in that video, so I don't need to rehash it. But some of the things I think that I just wanted to reemphasize for you guys is the remembering not to leave challengers. You guys are all really good at this, but it's a good thing to remind your challengers to not leave challengers like MIA. So she got really emotional in the video when she was talking about how coaches go MIA. They add challengers to a group and then the coach disappears on them and they're not getting the support that they need. And while it may not seem like a big deal to some people because they're like, oh, it's just an online accountability group, but you guys, this, like to a lot of our challengers, like that $150 that they're spending on that challenge pack changes their life. Like it is huge. It's huge. It is life-changing. It may be life-changing for health reasons. It's life-changing maybe for financial reasons because the business opportunity, that the potential is there. But it is the opportunity that this business brings, like I sometimes forget about it because it's not a get quick rich opportunity at all. But now where I'm at, where I just opened my second business center and I'm realizing that I like the potential, that I could eventually not, Jerry would, could go be a police officer like he really wants to be, take a $100,000 a year pay cut. But he could do that if my Beachbody business was doing well enough. Like, I don't care what he does. He's always been so supportive of me, but he can't do it right now because his paycheck. But like the possibility is there. And so, that $150 that people are spending on their challenge pack, it's huge to them. I have a challenger right now. Guys, she hasn't posted a ton. She is extremely overwhelmed Health issues are at large. She cannot exercise at all, like at all. And as of today, she's down 14 pounds. So, you know, she's got a long ways to go, but this is changing her life. And if I were to disappear and just be like, I'm busy, I don't have time to respond to your posts and your messages, like that's a big deal. And that is heartbreaking. And that happens. You guys have seen it, right? And you've had people come to you because their coach wasn't really active, or they put them in a challenge group that wasn't active, or they didn't get the support that they need. So despite what's going on with rank advancements and paychecks and all that other junk, at the end of the day, if I remind you guys not, and for you to remind your people, not to leave their challengers hanging, I think that is probably one of the biggest things, because when you're a good coach and you're supportive of your challengers, the customer service issues and the Spanish fix kits that show up. Today I got an extra order of Shakeology packets I didn't order. Okay. So like when stuff like this happens, it doesn't matter as much. We can let it slide because we have a good coach. So, and what I mean good coach, I don't mean 15-star coach, right? I mean a supportive person who listens and is empathetic and validates feelings and all of those things. So that was my biggest takeaway from the video. I want you guys now, we're going to go through, so you have your assignment, right? You're going to have your coaches watch that video. Make sure before you get on your Zoom call with your teams that you rewatch the video yourself, so that you can, with some of your coaches, they're brand new, a lot of them. They're not diamonds like you guys. So you're probably going to want to go through some more of her tips and suggestions with them. And so make sure you rewatch it so that you know what to talk about with them, okay? Now I'm going to unmute you guys one at a time, and I want you guys to tell me a couple takeaways that you got from the video. And then I also want you to tell me, this is a tough one, what your goal is for yourself by the end of the third quarter since we're just getting ready to end the second quarter of the year, it ends next week, the 24th. So then the third quarter is, I don't know when that is. What's September something, I think. So let's just say for now, Labor Day. So what your goal is for yourself, for your business, rank-wise, by Labor Day. So takeaways from the video, and I'm writing down your goal dates because I'm going to kind of come back around, okay? So one at a time. Does anybody want to unmute themselves and go first, or do I need to like play high school gym class? Anyone?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it, Jamie.
Okay, so something that she said that kind of rang true to me was you have to be worthy of being followed. Because a lot of times I feel like I'm unworthy, or I'm just a bumbling idiot doing this, and I need to stop the negative self-talk and put more effort into my personal development and be worthy of having these customers trust their fitness, their lifestyle in my hands. And then something else that she said was to join Facebook groups of things that I enjoy doing and engage in the people. And I used to do this a lot just because I like talking. Then I got into so many groups I didn't participate in any of them, and I guess I feel like I need to plug myself back in because I have a very small network of people that I know or I interact with on a daily basis. And I feel like I've asked everybody that I could ask, and I've heard enough no's now that I'm like, okay, where do I go from here? So that's something that I need to, make an effort to do again. It's just a little hard now. Right now, I don't have a computer or anything. I just have a telephone, and we're living in a hotel, and it's kind of insane. But I have an appointment with Apple tomorrow, so hopefully that will change. And then my goal for the end of third quarter is to be 1-star diamond.
Woo-hoo! And I'll tell you guys, I am learning so much about like the 2-star diamond rank advancements. You guys heard Janelle say it, but she's so right. Like I told Jamie Callahan a little bit about it today when I picked up psychology from her. The 2-star, once you go to 2-star, not only do you get a bonus, the quarterly bonuses they pick up, But you also get that secondary business center, which you put anywhere in your downline. So like I placed my second business center on my weak leg, right? So I put it there. Now I can put, now what I did, like I signed a coach today, a discount coach, which I'm trying not to say, but I signed a coach today under my secondary business center. So I can build that to diamond, and that counts for my rank advancements, which is really cool, right? So that counts. It also is obviously, I make commissions through it. The Success Club points that you get through your secondary business center actually goes into your primary business center. So you still earn all the same success points, and you actually don't have to have like Shakeology on both accounts. So it's a really neat process, because once you get to 15 star, like you don't really go above 15 star in one business center, but you have all these multiple business centers. That makes sense. So like Janelle Summers is 15 star diamond in 3 business centers, which is like crazy. But she's, it's just the potential is insane. So once you get to 2 star, like it starts to get a little like, woo, because now it's like, I have some work to do, but I have complete control over that second business center. You know what I'm saying? Like it's mine, it's me. It actually says Mandy Leonards is a coach of mine. It's odd. But that is a huge goal. So when you get to 1 star, and then you got to say, okay, where am I going next? So, all right, I got it down. And that's a good point that Jamie said about joining the other Facebook groups. I know her and I were both in a lot of like photography ones, and I backed out of a lot of them because I've stepped back on photography so much, and it was like overtaking my life. So I backed out of a lot of groups, and I don't post in a lot of groups anymore outside of the Beachbody ones. And that can be a disservice, because honestly, posting a million times a day in Beachbody Champions isn't going to do a whole lot for our business, right? Because they're all Beachbody coaches. So can we pick the tidbits out from that? Obviously, we want to stay engaged in our team pages and our challenge groups, but outside of scrolling, we want to engage with people that we can find those other interests with. So whether it's a mom's group page or, for a lot of us, it's outside of social media, but for a lot of us, it's easier to do it because we're not, we're limited on where we are. So, for me, it's been a lot of it in the studio, because I have that network there that helps me expand outside my warm network, but it's still a warm network in a way, if that makes sense. So, all right, moving on, because I'll talk about this all day. So, Brittany, go, because I can see your face.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So my takeaways, one of the things she said is just keep showing up. And I think sometimes I struggle with that because I get so frustrated because my discount coaches or my not working coaches, that's my whole team basically. So I think that's my struggle. And embracing failure, I like that too, because we're always going to fail at one point. And how do you overcome that? And as far as my goals, I just want to hold where I'm at and get my coaches active.
I think that's
that's kind of where I'm stuck. So how do I attract people that want to do something? Because for me, my team is everyone that I know, so I think it's going to take getting people outside of my comfort zone and my network to get business.
You have like a large warm network too, and they're all like, oh, that's so fun, and then they just come in for the discount. And I feel for you a lot, because a year ago when I first was doing this, I felt like I was all built on discount coaches too. And Jamie Schuster knows, because she was around early in my business, and my first 2 coaches that made me Emerald are no longer coaches. So I feel it, because it gets there. And when I went diamond, it was not as solid. And then I built enough bodies that at least I would stay diamond. I stayed diamond. I didn't drop it. But then it took a while to get those people working. And I always think about this every day when we're talking about this. And have any like super secrets on how it happened. I think a lot of it was just showing up, as she said, like just staying consistent. I never let people know, other than my friends, that I was, trying to make it work, and that I stayed consistent. I stayed on the program. I kept posting. I would continuously get Success Club. I would make that happen because every time I hit Success Club, I'm reaching new people. So that was, as long as I stayed to the 3 vital behaviors, it started to pick itself up. The other thing, like the live stuff, like coming to Super Saturday, like you guys that came to Super Saturday, like you realize that's a big like boost in your how you feel. And I know that sometimes you cannot control it with vacations and stuff, so I'm not going to make you feel guilty about that. I hate when people do that. But like all of you guys on this call right now that aren't going to Summit this year, you are going to Summit next year. So I just want you to figure it out. You'll have a whole year when they announce the date. When we go to Nashville next year, you are required to be there. I'm going to drive to your house.
Well, they need to change the date.
I know. And it wasn't in July last year. Last year, I think it was in June. So July was late for Summit this year. So it'll be interesting, to see where it is next year. But I mean, I had to do that too. I wasn't there last year, and I was a diamond, I think, by then, and I felt like I really should have been there. And it's just a big deal, because if you don't show up to things, then your coaches aren't going to show up because they don't think it's important, So and you guys get it, now that we're having a lot more live stuff in Indy, it helps. It helps to have this stuff, but that's why now that we have more local coaches here too, I've been trying to do more stuff with getting us together, so people can, it helps so much. But we have a lot of people that don't live here. So that's why Summit is really helpful, because it's been so nice to finally meet Lisa in person. I felt like I'd known her forever, so it wasn't weird or anything, but it was just so nice to finally meet her in person, because we've been talking online for, years. So showing up online, in your social media presence, on your blog, newsletter, whatever it is that you're doing is huge. And then no matter how much you're struggling personally or struggling with your business, whatever, and you guys know this about me, don't disappear on your coaches. Don't disappear on your challengers. My upline disappeared. She went away, bye. Literally did not notice my rank advancements. Didn't notice anything, never checked in on my fitness journey, literally disappeared. And she has struggled big time as a coach. And she's actually reached out to me recently. She's messaged me and said, what can I do to help to support you? I want to be a better leader. And I can respect that. I can, she's trying, and she's I guess I've never reached out to you because you have this figured out so much more than I do. Which I can respect that too, because probably in her mind, it's probably intimidating to have a personally sponsored coach who's so, who's ranked so far ahead of you. You wouldn't know what, and all that, who started after you and all that stuff. But I can respect that. But whatever you guys do, don't do that to your people. Okay. So even if you're struggling, stay in touch with them, whether it's over Facebook or Messenger or text message or phone or in person. If it's a family member, check in with your people regularly. It doesn't have to be every day, but please, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be psycho like that, but check in on people at least once a week if they're not posting in those challenge groups, because I promise you it'll mean the world to them. How you make them feel, it means the world, and it'll come back. And I promise you, Brittany, there are superstars out there waiting for you to find them. So
I just have to convince them that this is the right thing for them.
They may just take a while. We signed Alan or Harrison Lee. If you guys have seen his name pop up in some of the groups now, that's not his real name. His real name is Alan, and but he's a cop in Fishers, and he is a friend of my parents. And his wife is Sarah Tuttle, so she's in our group too. And she has reached out to me asking me about losing weight since she had her son, who is now 2. Okay, so that just gives you a little bit of an idea. And she never bought. They did Advocare. Surprise, surprise, right? They sold Advocare, and I just kept on posting my stuff. And finally she bought a challenge pack from me, and Jerry needed a coach to go active to keep his diamond steady. And he did it all on his own. He called Alan and asked Alan if he would sign up as a coach because Alan's ex-military. So he had, he can do a free account. So Alan did it for him, and Jerry was like, "Hey, I'll pay your business service fee," right? Just because he didn't want to lose his diamonds. So we have this account now, and they were just going to do the fix. Well, guess who's been bugging the crap out of me for all these Shakeology packets? Like, he bought $50 worth of packets from me today, and was like, and he like was insistent that he buy them today. So because now that he's lost almost 20 pounds, doing this, and his wife is on board, like, it's natural. And did I ever think they were really going to do it? No. And now he's telling me today, he talked my ear off when he stopped by to buy the packets, like asking me about, how I got started, who my upline was, all that stuff, and he's like, well, right now I just really want to pay for my Shakeology and be able to get like enough Shakeology where I could have 2 a day. But you know what? When we first signed up, he wasn't interested in that. He didn't want to be on auto ship. The first order of Shakeology that we got under his account came to us, and we took it to the studio. So that just tells you, like, you just never know. And if you ever have people that are kind of on the fence, like, getting them committed to stay committed on the program. That's why I posted that the other day about what program are you doing? Because I don't care what it is. Everybody needs to be doing something, and doing this a little bit here and there, I mean, it's just not the same, So yes, I teach classes a lot, and it's hard physically. And so am I going to do the regular Insanity DVDs every day at home? I can't do Insanity Max 30 and follow the calendar at home and teach my class load. I would end up in the hospital, because my knees would probably give out, right? But I can do strength training, which is why I chose to do the Asylum too, because it's like upper body workout and then a lower body workout. I can do that, and I can modify if I need to. Does that make sense? So, and I've already felt a difference this week since I've started doing that, because I get motivated, and it gives me something to post about what I'm doing, and I'm talking about it more. So if you have people that are kind of like, what program are they doing? Are they committed? Are they falling off the wagon? Are they cheating a lot on the fix and struggling? Those are the questions that we need to ask them. So, all right, moving on. Lisa or Angela, who wants to go? Lisa, I wonder if can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I love this video. I probably related to this one more than any of the other videos that I've watched. So I really liked this woman. I have a ton of takeaways. They seem simple, but they're really, really difficult for me, is the personal development and just the consistency of just the personal development every day, listening to the National Wake Up Call. I hardly ever listen to that. I only listen to it when you like repost the number or, something like that. It's just the daily consistency that I struggle with so much. And I try to have my power hours, but I think I let distractions like seep in, and I just get overwhelmed. And so I just don't do anything. So, I liked her idea of taking one whole day and like having somebody take the kids and just sitting down and focusing on just like being a student, because I feel like I've kind of gotten information here and there. I've looked at questions, but I don't feel like I understand fully everything and how everything flows together. And even if I did learn about it, I've forgotten, stuff like that. So I like the idea of just taking one entire day and just focusing on it the entire time. I feel like I'll retain that. Again, the professional development piece, I've just got to do better at that. I think I'm going to try to get more podcasts on and literally just plug it into my my headphones, like the second I wake up and just put it in, because I'm always like, as soon as I wake up, grabbing my phone and getting on Facebook and trying to post in my group, like before I get out of bed. But I get distracted by everything else on Facebook. And so instead of it taking me like 15 minutes to do it all, I'm laying in bed for like an hour, and then it's too late for me to work out.
Yeah.
My oldest child wakes up at the butt crack of dawn every single day, and he talks my ear off, like a mile a minute. He's like my most high maintenance child of all of them, and he wakes up at 5:45 every day. So, yeah, I have to be ultra productive and efficient. And so I just need to improve on that. I do have my alarm set at 6. So I think what I'm going to do is just plug in my personal development. And when I think of posting, like during my workout, maybe during the breaks in the Fix Extreme, I'll run over and post something. I don't know. So, so that's one strategy. I already make the list of names, which is really, really helpful for me to write it all down. I'm not a spreadsheet person. I just don't connect to the computer systems as well. I know they're good. For some reason, it's the pen and paper for me. I also I'm like Brittany, I have all discount coaches. There's 2 of them right now who have sold challenge packs, and they're just starting to get kind of bit by the bug where they're, encouraging other people and they're helping other people. But they're all so afraid to really put themselves out there. And so
Lisa,
I want to try to.
who are those 2 who sold something?
It's Carrie Van Rossum and Sarah Hurst.
Okay.
Yeah,
they've all the names in my head, because I get messages sometimes, from your guys' coaches, and sometimes there's so many that sometimes I forget who's. So like Beth Duke, she's Christina Copeland's, I think.
I think she's her like relative, actually.
Is she?
She's her sister-in-law.
Okay. She messages me, Jamie, just so you know, not in a bad way. But she messages me, like I've been talking to her a lot. I talked to her a lot for a while today about her person that has IBS. So, and I think it was helpful because she was on Skype with her, and I just told her what I would do, about starting really slowly with the Shakeology and keeping a food diary and da. But then she even said, Mandy, as a discount coach, I'm actually starting to see some interest, and maybe this will actually go somewhere. And she said that, she said it. So I said, I was like, and I told her, I was like, every person you help is amazing. And it's true. So, somebody in your system right now, they're going to come around. But there are people, like, when I first started that I thought were going to be this is why, like, my week, I'm kind of unbalanced, because I thought there were people that are on my weak leg that were going to be really good coaches that have just kind of fallen off. So you just never know, so you got to keep at it. And Lisa, for the personal development stuff, everyone's got their own thing on what works for them, so you just have to figure out what works for you, because I struggled with finding the time for this too. And for me, what works, and this just works for me, is I use podcasts on my phone and the Audible app on my phone, and I plug it in and I listen in my car. So, and sometimes I will listen if I'm on a walk or a run outside, because I can put it on, or I'll just I'll pick a podcast. Like, I've listened to almost all of Amy Porterfield's, her online network marketing. I listen to Sean T. I love the Entre Leadership. And I will listen. Those are nice because they're shorter, they're like 20 to 40 minutes, and I can listen to them when I'm driving to the studio or when I'm driving to pick up the kids. But that helps me. Or I'll listen, I listen to Girl Boss. I listen to the book Girl Boss. I listen to the whole thing on Audible. And some books are easier to listen to than others, I'll be honest. Girl Boss was really easy to listen to because it's funny, and it is engaging. And You Are a Badass is one of the next ones I want to read or listen to. So that just what works for me. I love books, but I seriously cannot sit down and focus on actually reading one. it just doesn't work for me personally.
I
So
can't
I would
I
love
can't
to. I think I'm too anxious or something. So
Yeah.
you just have to figure out what's for you, and, and
Yeah.
stick to it.
I think listening, the Audible app I have, you recommended that, and that works for me. And I just got to do it. I just have to plug it in and do it
And
instead
those,
of
the
thinking.
wake up calls are on the podcast. They go on the Team Beachbody podcast a day late. So like the day after, like on Tuesdays, they put them on their app, so you can just listen to it, and you can fast forward all the stuff at the beginning, and just listen to like the 20-minute training. I actually listened yesterday because it was like my name was my to myself.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I
didn't even listen to the one where my name was called. That's how bad I am.
But you can fast forward to the like the training. So we have 6 minutes.
Okay.
So I want to make sure we get to Angela. So Lisa, real quick, what is your goal by Labor Day?
Well, my goal is to be 1-star diamond, but that's my business goal. But I just want to be a better leader for my coaches and get them motivated and be more organized and kind of getting them motivated on my team. Team Motivate, that's our team name.
Yay, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to get certified in PIO at some point. I don't know when.
You should. You're doing one at Summit, but you'd have to drive out a day early if you did that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Angela, we got 5 minutes, so I will make sure she gets. Are you on there, girl? Hey, Angela. I'm gonna unmute her. Where is she? And Angela.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Yay! Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I listened to this call last week or this video last week and loved it. I really did, but I can't remember exact details of everything.
Forever ago.
Sorry. And so anyway, I did go through it really quick. Shutting the doors. Anyway, so I did go through it really quick. I was planning on listening to it, but we ended up going to the park. Anyway, one thing I want to start building is that files tab in my Facebook group page for my team, because that is so valuable. Like, it's so much easier to be like, check out the files page on this page, or, files area on this page, instead of being like, well, go log into Beachbody and go under FAQ, whatever. It's all right there, all the important stuff. So that's one thing that I really want to build. And then also just, making those lists. And I need to find something that works for me as far as, following up with customers that I've reached out to. And I have 8 lists on my desk right now, and they're all full. So I just need to get a better system going of where I am with each of those people, if that makes sense. And then, I'm working on trying to make sure that my coaches are motivated, and I do have probably 4 coaches that are really motivated and really excited about working the business. And I actually I'm talking to one of my newer coaches who, she just started as a coach and bought the challenge pack last month and has been doing the 21-day fix. And she's telling me that she has someone who wants to sign up as a discount coach. So I'm rapid fire telling her how to do that. So, it's one of those things, I had no idea that she wanted to go that way. So anyway, I'm really excited. But
you do have some really good working coaches for being a newer diamond. I think I see a lot of potential there, because I'm this is I didn't have that when I started, and I know a lot of us don't. So you soak that in, feed off their energy, Angela, because that's not common. So if you feed off that and build that into them, then they're gonna it's gonna be that trickle down effect. For them to pull that in when they pull their coach, when they have coaches and they have coaches come in. So I think whatever you're doing is working. So keep doing it. It's working.
It's a lot of recognition. I'm trying to make sure that I'm recognizing everyone a lot and like really pumping everyone up and, just getting that excitement and keeping it going. Like Allison came in and just like breathed in this huge breath of fresh air. And it was really cool to see like the excitement of the team when she first walked through the door. I mean, she was just like, boom, 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 let's get this done. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So it made me step up my game too a little bit, not going to lie.
Yeah.
So,
Coaches will do that to you. I know the feeling.
yeah. So it's been really exciting. I don't know how much time we have. Oh, like a minute?
Less than a minute. Yeah. So talk back.
Okay. So my goal for the third quarter, and this is like a really, really lofty goal, but I'm going to try to hit it, is 2-star.
You can do it. You've got
So-
you've got the bodies. You've got the bodies there. And you've got people that want their own. So that's, that is huge. And you and I talk about this all the time. And once you get to 2-star, like it's going to be like boom, 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 boom. Because now I felt like for a while there, I was like, I am never going to get there. Like I really felt like that. And now like, I'm like, okay, where's my 5-star? Like I'm going to get it before the end of the year. And my team is going to get there. It's not just me. Like we are getting there because guys, when we all do it together, like everybody lifts up, right? It lifts everybody up. The motivation, the income for everybody, the drive, the better results in the programs, the challenge, everything bumps up. So it's not about Mandy being a 5-star diamond coach. Because honestly, like I'm not going to go to leadership. I'm going to miss that deadline. That's okay. Like to me, it's like, okay, what can I help my team do next? So constant personal development is always huge. And I don't want this to hang up on me. So don't forget, post that video on your team pages, right? Or send in a group. If you don't have a page, send them a message. Set up a Zoom call with them in about 5 to 7 days. Give them some days to watch it because it's a long video. And then set that calendar. Zoom is free, so you can use a Zoom account. And let me know, send me a message when your Zoom call is. I may try to call in and just kind of listen so I can like be the bug on the ear. Or I might not because I want to give you guys your own team time. But I just want to hear about it. I want to hear about how it goes and what you got for them and make them set their goal just like I did with you guys. Okay? So have them go through that list of they're going to get their